Hey guys, what's up? It's the Reaper here. Now, before we get into the video, guys, please remember to like and subscribe. It would really help out the channel, and it would just be really nice of you. I'm a small creator, and I want to be a big creator someday, but I can't really do that without subscribers. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into the video. This video is basically tips for specific games on the Minecraft server Hypixel. The first tips we're going to be covering are Bedwars tips. Bedwars is a simple game, but is very difficult to win. The main premise of the game starts off pretty simply. You spawn on an island floating above the void, and so does everyone else. When the game starts, you will find a bed on your island. Everyone in the game has a bed. If you die, either by falling into the void or a player killing you, you can respawn at your base as long as you have a bed. But if your bed is broken by an enemy player, you can no longer respawn, so your main goal in the game is to break enemy beds, kill them, and protect your own bed in the process. Last person alive wins. You get armor, weapons, and tools from buying them from shopkeepers on your island. You get gold and iron to pay shopkeepers from a forge on your island that generates resources constantly. An important part to victory in Bedwars is learning what specific iron items cost. 16 wool blocks cost 4 iron, 16 wood blocks cost 4 gold, blast-proof glass costs 16 iron, and an iron sword costs 7 gold, and so on and so on. There's a large island in the middle of the map. In Bedwars, the middle island has emeralds. Emeralds will let you buy stronger items from the shopkeepers, like diamond armor, ender pearls, diamond swords, and enchanted bows, and more. There are also side islands that host diamonds, like what I'm trying to reach right now. With these, you can buy enchantments like protection, which makes it more difficult for enemies to kill you, sharpness, which adds more damage to your sword, and you can also buy traps to set off when an enemy comes near your base, like It's a Trap, which gives your enemy slowness and blindness, and Minor Fatigue, which gives your enemy, minor fatigue. To get to enemy bases, buy blocks, mainly wool, since it's the cheapest, and bridge to either an enemy base or middle, depending on the map, more on this later, and break their bed and kill them. In my opinion, there are 3 types of Bedwars tips. There are bridging tips, PvP tips, and game sense tips. Bridging tips can be important because you can get to places faster than your opponents. And PvP tips are important because if you're the last person standing, you need to win fights. But the most important tips of all are game sense tips because they can tell you what to do in certain situations, and so most of the tips I'll be covering will be about game sense. Now here they are. Learn which way to rush. There are different types of rushes. There are side rushes, where you rush the person right next to you. There's also diamond rush maps, where you go to the diamond gen. And then there's diagonal rush maps, which are rare but still appear. This can save your life. For example, on the map I'm playing right now, I am on a side rush map, which is why I rush yellow team first, because green is next to yellow. The maps you side rush on are Lighthouse, Solus, Orchestra, Acropolis, Biohazard, Glacier, Meso, Waterfall, Cascade, Cliffside, Gateway, and Toro, Shees, Lighthouse, Lightsuns, Orbit. The maps you diamond rush on are Airshow, Speedway, Apollo, and Skyrise, and the diagonal rush maps are Ashfire, Rooted, and Krogor. And there are some other maps, which I will talk about later. There are some other kinds of maps which are different from the others. For example, Pernicious. Pernicious can be either a side rush or a diamond rush, depending on how other players are rushing at the start of the game. Crypt is a diagonal rush, but instead of bridging out diagonally, you can bridge to the small island in front of you first and then to the base next to it, like a diamond rush map. Another tip, which is one of the most important tips in my opinion, is to utilize the scoreboard. You'll find this on the top right side of your screen, and it tells you the team colors and then a symbol. A check mark means they still have their bed and are still alive. A number means that they don't have a bed, but there's still that many players left on the team, depending on what the number is. An X means that the team was eliminated and is no longer in the game, so you don't have to worry about them. Not only this, but the scoreboard also tells you where every team is. For example, it puts the red team next to the blue team because the red team is located next to the blue team in the game. Going from there, you know where all of the bases are located. If it's a diamond rush map, skip red team and pair them up that way, ending with gray pairing with red. You can use this information to predict who is going to rush you. For example, say I am on Lighthouse, a side rush map. I am on the blue team, and I just killed the red team. I see on the scoreboard the green has a check mark and yellow has an X. This means green killed yellow because they're next to each other. Green is probably going to go for me because they're across from me now, so I would rush green then. Another tip is to learn the amount of iron needed to rush bases. On the map Lighthouse, you only need 8 iron to rush, meanwhile on the map Apollo, you need 16 iron. Another tip is to watch Bedwars YouTubers like Wally Bear, GamerBoy80, HennaXX Rose, Bombies, Luvanox, Manhole Like You, Purple, Samber Green, etc., etc. There's a lot of others. Watch them to improve your skill and see what they do that you don't. Another tip is to learn how to speed bridge. This makes attacking much faster and you can outrace your opponents. There are a lot of tutorials on YouTube on how to do that. Another tip, bridge up when you rush. This way you have the high ground and you can jump down on top of your opponent. Just don't go too far up or else you will take a lot of fall damage and probably lose the fight. Buy TNT. It only costs 4 gold and can blow a hole in pretty much any bed defense. Beware, however, because there's a block called blast resistant glass which can withstand TNT and makes it so the TNT does nothing to it. If you are trapped at an enemy base, go to the roof of their base. It gives you a huge advantage in a fight because your opponent can't really hit you if you're on the roof, and it gives you the high ground so you can easily knock your opponent off. Another tip is to put blocks over your bed. The reason for that is it takes time to break the bed, and when the enemy has to take time to break the bed, well then it's going to be easier to kill them and a lot harder to lose your bed. If you've played Bedwars for a while and you want to get coins or XP fast, join a doubles game. You fight better players, but you get double XP and coins. You'll also get more XP because of your teammate. Also remember to block into a bed defense, which is covering yourself in blocks and hiding in their bed defense. It gives you time to break the bed, and the enemy has to take time to break through. Use ladders to negate fall damage. There are again many tutorials on YouTube. Don't try to learn any crazy bridging strategy like god bridging or breezely bridging or anything like that. Try to count how many times your god bridging YouTubers have fallen into the void. Here's another thing. Here's some Bedwar slang you might need to understand if you're on a team. Ink means incoming, normally used to say when someone's coming towards your base. Void is short for tactical void. It means jump into the void to get back to your base. KS means kill steal, or when someone is on low health and when someone's fighting them and then you kill them instead. FB means fireball, which is an item in the game, costs 40 iron. And when somebody says this, it means there's a fireball incoming or you should probably buy a fireball. KB means knockback, and normally means your opponent has a knockback stick, costs 5 gold, which is a stick that has the knockback enchantment on it. Bow spam means somebody's repeatedly shooting their own bow in an annoying way without stopping. Defense means put a defense on top of the bed. Bridge means make a bridge to the enemy base in the direction that you rush in. And rush means attack an enemy. Be aware, if you see a person leaving the middle island, they probably just got emeralds and will buy obsidian or ender pearls or invisibility potions or something like that. Try to kill them with fireballs so you can take the emeralds for yourself. If you see someone going around the map in one direction, then you can cut them off at another base or get to their bed faster and break it and then void before they break yours. Clutching games, or winning a game without a bed, can be difficult, especially when your bed is broken early in the game. A good strategy is to go to the middle and collect emeralds. Then get pearls and potions and, if you have extra emeralds after that, diamond armor. Then collect diamonds, get protection, and buy a water bucket if you are being attacked. There's a high chance that your opponent will have TNT, and you can use the water to negate that. You can, in desperate situations, get an invincibility potion and knockback stick and hit people off. It is a very annoying strategy, and you should only use it in desperate situations, or if your opponent has 2 more levels of protection than you. If you have any extra diamonds, after you bought Prot or Sharpness, get a minor fatigue trap over all the others. It slows down your enemy's breaking speed, and it makes it so much easier to defend against them before they break your bed. If you are hiding in your base and getting instantly rushed and only have 40 iron, get chainmail armor as it will give you the slight advantage you need. But don't go around expecting chainmail armor to save your life. At some point you're going to need to get better armor, whether it be iron or diamond. Buy iron swords for 7 gold. These do a lot of damage, and when you pair it with the sharpness enchantment, it'll be devastating. An iron sword with sharpness does more damage than diamond sword. And that's pretty much it for the tips. We're gonna get on with the Skywars clips. Skywars is a very simple game, but it's very difficult to play. The main premise of Skywars is that you spawn on an island, as do the other 11 people in the game. Your island has 3 chests full of random loot used to defeat opponents. You will get armor, swords, bows, and more. However, you don't want to stay on your island for too long. There's an enormous island in the middle of the map, which has way better loot than the normal island does, which is why I am currently going to the middle in the game I'm playing. However, you gotta be careful. There'll be lots of other people who are trying to kill you. Last person standing wins. And now begins the phase of the tips. Collect armor from your spawn chest, but don't spend too long there, because the best loot is at middle, kind of like from Hunger Games. Always collect a chest plate and leggings from your island chest, because these are the armor pieces that have the most damage resistance. Max out on perks, which are like a little side advantages. Some examples of perks are Nourishment, which gives you full hunger when you get a kill, Bridger, which gives you a 50% chance to get your blocks back after you place them, and some others. Here's some examples of good perks to max out. Bulldozer. Cost is 215,000 coins, and gives you strength for 1 second normally, for 5 seconds when you max it out when you get a kill. This prevents players from quote-unquote janitoring or killing you when you just killed someone else. Another perk is Black Magic. It, again, costs 215,000 coins, and it has a chance to give you an Ender Pearl when you kill someone. Ender Pearls let you teleport, and they can save your life or make it easier for you to catch up to someone. Robbery. Also costs 215,000 coins, makes the sword from someone's hand drop on a 10% chance when you max it out. Unfortunately, this is only when you're hitting them with your fist, so there's some debate around whether it's a good perk or not. Another perk is Lucky Charm. It gives you a 30% chance when maxed out to get a golden apple on kill. Golden apples let you heal quickly, and having one can save your life. Not only this, but you can get kits as well. Kits are things that give you items before the game starts. For example, the Knight Kit gives you a Sharpness 2 iron sword before the game starts. Here are some examples of good kits to buy. The Knight Kit, which costs 10,000 coins, gives you a Sharp 2 iron sword and a Protection 4 golden helmet. Next up, the Armorer Kit. It costs 5,000 coins and gives you 3 splash potions of speed and a stone sword. Next up is the Farmer Kit. Costs 10,000 coins. Gives you a projectile protection 4 diamond leggings and 64 eggs, as well as a golden apple. Next up is the Energix Kit. 5,000 coins gives you a strength potion. This might not sound that helpful, but it really can be. Strength potions are very overpowered. Then there's the Enderman Kit. Costs 100,000 coins. I have no idea why it's so overpriced. It just is. Some other tips are to be smart. Only try to engage in combat with someone if you're certain you can beat them. Don't fight the person who's been playing Minecraft for 9 years and has the best armor in the game. Never, no matter what, put your back to the void you are fighting. Even if the enemy is on 1 HP, they could have a knockback rod and one tap you off the map. Wouldn't be very fun, would it? Use hotkeys to loot chests more fast and more efficient. Wait, have you ever tried to reach for the 9th slot in your inventory and then realized you couldn't reach it in time? Make it so that the letter V on your keyboard makes you go to your 9th inventory slot. It could save a little bit of time, and that little bit of time could save your life. Learn how to take less knockback, called reducing. There are plenty of videos on YouTube explaining how. You're playing a game on floating islands. Reducing can make it more difficult for you to be pushed off. If you find yourself surrounded by other people, try to back off. There are no teams in Skywars, so the people will probably fight each other. If you have Bulldozer Kit, kill the weakest in the group and then use the Strength perk to kill everyone else. If you find yourself in the situation that you have very low health and no healing or food, then try to loot island chests. They might have steak to heal yourself, or if you're lucky, a golden apple or 2. If you're being followed by the last person and they have a lot more armor, do not engage. Try to lead them into a trap of some kind, like make them walk to a ledge and using snowballs to knock them off. If you have pearls, try to juke them and hit them off the map. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe. Peace out.